How many gamers does it take to tell you the gaming news?
Two.
Two apparently. One writer and me. Hey folks, I'm Shygrim, and this is the Screencap. Epic recently announced the next crossover event for Fortnite, Stranger Things. This event adds some portals inside the Mega Mall that can transport you to other locations within the mall, as well as some new skins and cosmetics. The new skins allow you to look either like Chief Hopper or the Demogorgon. Is that how you pronounce that? Demogorgonzola? So if either of those suit your style, then you should pick those up while they're still available. Sadly though, this event did not add a new custom game mode. The only thing that was sort of game-changing was those portals, which look kind of creepy in my opinion. Either way, if you're a fan of Stranger Things, then I'm sure this crossover will be a cool thing to experience. With just a couple weeks left in Fortnite's 9th season, the promotion for Season 10 is starting to begin. This new teaser once again takes place within a volcano on the northeastern side of the map. A giant robot is being constructed right inside the heart of the volcano, so thankfully it's not erupting again. At this time, the legs have only been constructed, but it's much taller than just a single player, so there's no way to know how big this robot's actually going to be. Maybe when it's fully constructed, players will get to battle it. That would be kind of cool, but there's no word on what it's going to be used for at this time. It'll be cool to see how it turns out. Maybe it'll destroy the map and players will have to battle it, or maybe it'll be a battle between Robot and the monster that's been wandering around the seas of the map for most of the season. Either way, we'll see what happens eventually. Fortnite's 9th season will come to a close on August 1st, so it's just under a month away from jumping the shark. Breath of the Wild has been out for a good while now, but of course, in a game this large, there's bound to be some pretty well-hidden Easter eggs. Recently, someone found out that there's an entire village from Wind Waker that's been recreated in Breath of the Wild. If you've played Breath of the Wild in depth, then you may have noticed this similarity, but just take a second look at the footage comparing Lurelin Village from Breath of the Wild to that of Outset Island from Wind Waker. Yeah, it's nearly identical where everything is placed. It kind of goes to show how absorbed you can get into playing this amazing game and not even notice how obvious this is. The fact that it took players over 2 years to find this is kind of amazing. Whether this is an intended Easter egg or just the developers being lazy, it's still kind of cool to see. I think it's just a callback, really. Especially since those are my two favorite Legend of Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker. They're both pretty good. If you didn't notice this until now, maybe go boot up Breath of the Wild and take a trip down to Lurelin Village to check it out for yourself. Nintendo has just stated that they have reached 10 million Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. There were reported 9.8 million subscribers back in April, so the fact that it rose this quickly is kind of amazing. If you don't know, Nintendo Switch Online is the Nintendo equivalent of Xbox Live or whatever PlayStation has. So Switch Online grants you access to Tetris 99 though, so I'm assuming a number of subscribers really skyrocketed since the release of that. Sadly though, these 10 million subscribers isn't too close to that of PlayStation Plus. Oh, I remember the name! At 36 million, and Xbox Live, which has 63 million users across all platforms back in April. But don't worry, Nintendo fans, the CEO of Nintendo recently stated that the company will further enrich their subscription services in the future, so maybe something really cool will be coming soon? Who knows?
Tetris 100.
Tetris 99 2. If you're really hyped for the release of Gears 5 but can't wait until September to play the game, then don't worry, because the technical test of the game will be starting July 19th. This technical test will allow players to test out a variety of game modes, including Escalation, Arcade, King of the Hill, and a Bootcamp mode, which will help new players adapt to the game just before dumping them into multiplayer. Also included in this test is a series of in-game challenges called the Tour of Duty. Completing the challenges will award you with a special cosmetic banner that you'll be able to use once the game is fully released, and there's also going to be challenges to unlock 3 unique weapon skins. The technical test will be open to all Xbox Game Pass subscribers or anyone who pre-ordered Gears of War 5. You can download the technical test on July 17th so that you're ready when it opens on the 19th. This test will be open until July 21st, then it'll reopen on the 26th through the 29th. So hopefully, you can catch one of those dates, and that should be enough to tide you over, until Gears actually comes out on September 10th. Don't you just love losing to RNG in games? Well, apparently, Riot Games does. If you've played Teamfight Tactics, then you may know what I'm talking about. It's mostly up to you on how well you perform in this game, even if there are some RNG elements, but I'm sure if you've played that you've noticed that more often than not, you don't really get the items you're looking for, while one of the enemies seems to have all the items they could ever need.
Yep.
The PvE rounds only have a chance to drop items for you, and even the carousel rounds are random, so you never know what champions or items are going to be available to you. Late game items can make a difference between a win or a loss, and Riot recently gave a statement about this, and it reads, "To be upfront about this, we think RNG is good for teamfight tactics in the long term. It prevents every game from feeling the same. While I can understand that games would feel identical if there was no RNG, losing the RNG is kind of infuriating. If you've ever played Hearthstone, for example, I mean, I shouldn't have to give too many examples, but just naming the game should be enough. There's going to be some balance changes regarding RNG in the next patch, however, so you can at least sit tight and see how that works out. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of the Screen Cap. Thank you for tuning in. We got some more videos up here for you. We upload pretty frequently, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want. You don't have to. I'm not going to make you. Yet.